Still dealing with the repercussion of my actions. I'm feeling talking a lot, but not being proactive. Just captions attractive, masking that lack of what action. Mash it with the face, so I finally left the room of complacency and no place for.
What's going on? My name is Shelton with CB Shelton Enterprises. We're a creative agency specializing in anything from promotional items, custom uniforms, signage, graphic design, you name it. We get that logo and we can do whatever you want us to do with it. And this is how I'm manifesting my dream. What's the hard truth about success? I would say, you know what, as crazy as it may sound, is you know how much you learn through the losses. I feel like, you know, most people, anybody can deal with when things are going well, but I feel like the people that are gonna get further are the people that can bounce back when things aren't going in the right direction. I mean, that can be something like a customer service experience, right? Anybody, if you're delivering that order on time, everything's all peaches and cream, but when things aren't, you know, deliver on time, you know, what type of solutions do you come up with? Like how creative, you know, you'll be. Or, you know, speaking from a business sense, you know, in years where you have a bad year, right? You don't make any money, you lose money, right? Do you, you know, just give up, or, you know, how do you persevere and, you know, deal with that and bounce back? What discipline mattered more than motivation? Man, I would have to say maybe about two or 3 years ago, man, things were going, you know, really well. We were, you know, bringing on lots of people. We were, you know, investing in a whole bunch of equipment. And, you know, I went out, I went and took a couple business courses, and I realized we were going in the wrong direction. I had to, you know, downsize the business. We have to, you know, become leaner. I just had to get under the hood and see what was really happening in our business if we were gonna be able to stick around. And even through that time, I remember, you know, my wife, she, and this sticky note is still up on my wall in my office, and it just says like, hey, you're a boss, you know, make it happen. And from that moment, right, when things aren't going well, again, I had to just become disciplined, look at the numbers, and, you know, we turned the business around. So we had years of operating in the negatives, and now, you know, we're as profitable as we can, you know. Well, I want to be even more profitable, but I would never even imagine, you know, being at this point. So it takes a lot of discipline, you know, not just going out, you know, buying all these types of cars and clothes, right? You got to, you know, get lean, focus in on the business, and do what you have to do. Probably about 2 years ago, you know, we had grown. I mean, my team, I had maybe about 10 people on staff. You know, we were invested in all types of equipment, right? I thought I had a game plan that was just solid. Like this was going to be us, you know, shooting for the stars, right? I took a couple business courses because I had a feeling, you know, things weren't going as good as they need to be. And, you know, I just hit this fork in the road, and I realized that we had to, you know, cut back. You know, I realized that like I was just going by, I was working in the business instead of like working on the business. So I just, you know, had to really get in, focus in on the numbers, you know, understanding, you know, what was happening in my P&L, right? Really understanding where every dollar was going into the business. And, you know, within a year's time, like our numbers, we had turned this thing around completely. So discipline matters at all times as far as a business owner. It's not a season. But if you ever find yourself as a business owner where things are going in the wrong direction, that's definitely the time to make sure that you focus on being disciplined. And I want the work to be remembered as game changing, right? I want to be, you know, in the top of my field and to be known. That was one of the reasons why I even, you know, started this work, because I wanted to make sure that, you know, there was some type of representation at the highest level, right? So that's what we're reaching for, and that's what we're going to be remembered for. We're going to be known as, when it comes to creative projects, this is the best that it's going to get. My final thought is, not to take from Nike, but man, you just got to do it. You know, we get one shot at this, right? And you know, while you're above ground, you're standing, you're healthy. You know, get out here and, like I tell my son, just try to learn something new every single day, right? While you can push, you know, put in the work, and that's gonna mean different things for different people. For myself, you know, I'm going out there every single day. I'm trying to elevate. I'm trying to get to new heights. So, you know, if I got to pull a 24-hour, I will, right? But how long is that gonna last? I don't know. But while I, you know, got this breath inside of me, we're gonna make it work. So that would be my advice to anybody. You know, work hard, but also work smart too, right? Just go out, make it happen. Let's do it. Manifest your dreams.